Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your 10 a.m. hour here on Highlight Crafts Live Shopping with the Craft Clinic. I know, right? So get all your questions in. The clinic is open, everybody. Craft only questions, I'm afraid. I'm not delving into all of the clinical. I don't know. Where am I going? Anyway, so we have got. That was going to, yeah. We have got, of course, a lovely hour to spend with you, sharing with you, of course, lots of items that do relate to a lot of questions that we have recently been asked for here at Highlight Crafts, and this is a great space for you to get those in as well. Get those questions in, anything that you need help with, anything you'd like the answer to, something you're not quite sure about a product that you've got at home and you think, I bought this from a show and I can't remember why. These are the questions to ask during this hour. I mean, you ask them whenever you want to, but this is a great space to do it in. If I can't find the answers, I will get them to you, okay? I'll find someone that can answer them, okay? So I'm going to be taking you through the next hour with the lovely Becky on cameras. And I've also got Amber producing and directing our show as well. So we've got lots to look forward to. Of course, after this, we're going to go straight into a really exciting hour, which is all about the clubs here at Highlight Crafts, because we are, of course, launching the next set of edition of the 3 months, okay, if that makes sense. So what we're going to be doing is launching with you the next set of 3 months. That sounds a bit better. Of course, of the Cadence one, the Painting one, the Minecraft Studio one, and the Scan and Cut one. Loads of you have been shopping ahead already this morning, getting your slots filled, getting, of course, your next club signed up for. I don't blame you, of course. Get in there quick, okay? Because, of course, there's loads of you already signing up. It's a great space to be. But this show, of course, is all about the Craft Clinic. Now, Craft Clinic, of course, we always share with you shoppable items, so things you can still get along the way. But of course, we go into a little bit more detail about the products and how they work and the way that they work and why they do what they're meant to do, or how to get the best results from them. So before I go into all of our deals that we've got for you today, I'm just going to share with you how to shop here at Highlight Crafts Live Shopping. Super simple, easy way of shopping with us. Couldn't be simpler. It's achievable for everybody, whether you're on social media or not. Now, if you've joined us on social media, you might be watching us now on Facebook or Instagram. Now, of course, those two very same platforms, you can shop with us live as well. So just type in the codes that I share with you, just type them into the comments, okay? So underneath the video will be a comment section, and of course, you can type in all of the codes. So for example, shop fabric, it's $12.99. You just type that into the comments, and of course, it automatically adds it to your basket. Really quick, simple and easy. And you might be thinking, well, where's my basket? I'm on Facebook. I don't have a shopping basket on Facebook. Well, we send you a direct message as soon as you've typed in that comment. And within that direct message, you will have a link from us at Highlight Crafts. Now, just click on that link after the show. It'll redirect you straight over to the Highlight Crafts website. And at that point, you will then see that basket filled with the items that you've shopped ahead for during the hour. Okay, and at that point, you can check out your order. But just before you do check out, just make sure to log into your Highlight Crafts account. Of course, if you've not got an account, it's free to sign up, and signing up will get you a discount on every single purchase. It will get you free postage when you spend over £35 every single time, which is brilliant. Also, as well, you get additional benefits, exclusive officers. You're not going to get an exclusive officer. That's a bit of a... Don't get that for free sign up. And also, as well, you're going to get loads of updates and exclusive deals being a club member. You get to know about things before anybody else, which is great, and it's free, so why not? Of course, we are streaming live on the website as well, so if you don't do social media, don't worry. You can stream on the website. You can join us there. You can also shop ahead for all of today's deals. So if you go to the schedule and go to today's deals, you'll see every single thing that we have on the today's shows that's new or existing or coming to you later on throughout the day that you've not seen yet. And sometimes they sell out, like Mel's Scan and Cut show this morning. The piercing tool sold out, but lots of you have shopped ahead already, which meant that you've got it in your basket and you didn't miss out. So it's a great way to shop. You can also pop it all into one basket. One basket spend means, of course, one postage charge, or in some cases, no postage charge at all if you're spending over £35. And as well, you can join us on YouTube, so you can sit back, relax, enjoy the show, enjoy all the fun on YouTube, website, or social media, whatever floats your boat. Also, we do have a spin the wheel during the show today as well, which we always like to try and have a go at during our hours for you. In this one, all you need to do to enter into the spin the wheel is type the word craft into the comments. So amongst that space where you say hello, good afternoon, good morning, what are you up to, that kind of thing, just type the word craft, and then we enter you into the prize draw. The machine will select one lucky winner, and then of course we'll see what prize you've got when the wheel picks it for you. Okay, so just going to have a quick look at our comments. Got the lovely Carol Lewis here. She's fussy cutting this morning. Boring job, she says. Well, it depends really. Some people find it quite therapeutic. I myself don't mind a bit of it, but sometimes if I've got loads to do, I'm thinking, how can I make this quicker? And I try and find a quicker way around it. We've got Karen as well. She's asking Carol what she's making. Deborah says, good morning, David and all. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Stephanie Best as well. I hope you're well. She just popped on before to do a project with etching cream. Oh, fabulous, Stephanie. Let us know what you're up to. I'd love to see the results. Of course, please post it in the Cadence group, as I know you have been doing quite actively, which is brilliant. Seeing loads of your shares and posts in there. Stephanie, you're going to want to stay with us for the next hour because I've printed out loads of pictures of your projects and I'm going to be sharing those during the show. So please stay with us for that one. Okay. I've also got Mary Smith with us. I've got Elaine, Karen. I've got Louise, Carol, Sophie, Sue, Maureen, Lorraine. Everyone's getting involved this morning. It's wonderful to have your company. And thank you so much for joining us. Of course, if you did stay with us for that fabulous jewellery show with the lovely Hannah and Mel, please remember to check out those baskets. Now, what I'm going to do is just quickly scan over this because I've got a couple of questions on here which I will be answering, not only in demonstration, but also as we go through the physical products. There's 4 on here, but the first one is about how to use petal porcelain with fabric hardener. Will it work on crepe paper? Yes, it will. I'm going to show you the results. We've got ones about the difference between the nibs on a foil pen. How do they work? Why do they work in the way that they do? I'm going to show you that as well. We're also going to talk to you a little bit about pipe cleaner blending as well. And also a lot of you have been asking about cutting fabric on your Pro Cut. Super simple and really easy to do. All you need to do is pop your metal shim in there and it will cut the fabric straight away. I'm going to show you some of that during the hour as well, if we get round to it. If not, of course, please do always join us. We're sharing these tips in all of the show, but it's the clinic hour and this is where we get all those tips done for you. I'm also going to do some hot foiling with our toner sheets as well, which is exciting. I love doing a bit of that because we've got them on the show. Right, let's scan through and get started, shall we? So we're starting off here with shop fabric. Now, got the white fabric on the show because of course you can cut it on your Pro Cut. You may also be using it with your Cadence fabric paints, your sprays, all that sort of stuff for stenciling. Now inside here you're going to get a meter and the width of this is I think it's 1.4 meters, okay? So you're going to get a huge panel of fabric, okay, there. And this is a cotton twill. It's a thick, heavyweight cotton, 100% cotton for you there. And with this, you can stitch it for, of course, garment making if you want to. But it works brilliantly for things like seat pads, cushion covers, tote bags, interior fabric surfaces, so helmets, armchair covers, all that sort of stuff that you want to work with in upholstery. Now, this is the same fabric as we share with you printed from Lemon Lane. So we've just shared with you the unprinted version, which is of course why it's also at a great price for you today. But I love this for using with my petal porcelain, for making my fabric flowers. That works great, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. But also again, it's almost like a slightly off-white, so it works really well in a room that has a bit of colour in there already. It's not too stark, it's not harsh. You can see my counter here that I'm working on too is a pure white, and this one is ever so slightly off-white. It's like a steamed milk colour. Okay, so you've got the option there to go for that. Very generous at price there. Shop fabric $12.99. We've also got the plain poplin for you, which is your cotton poplin. Much, of course, more adaptable for garment making, but it's a thinner material. It's great, of course, as well for linings. It works really well for decorative surfaces. You can see it's a thinner, lighter weight, so it does move freely. So, of course, if you are going to be using this in dressmaking or, of course, within your haberdashery for garments, you're going to get a stronger result in terms of the flow of the fabric and all that sort of stuff. Now, it's also really nice if you want to make your own tablecloths. So, you know, tablecloths, washable napkins, that sort of stuff, fabric placemats, that's what I've been using this for. Looks really, really nice, of course, for other interiors around your home. If you're making lampshade covers, maybe you're going to print onto this with your own printers at home. It is, of course, cotton as well. So it's not a polyester, it's not designed for sublimation, but it is designed for things like cadence. You can put on there your different fabric mediums, fabric hardeners. That is all of the range, of course, with Lemon Lane. And we do share it, of course, in a printed version of many different patterns and designs, but getting the unprinted one gives you far more flexibility and freedom. Maybe you're going to do your rice papering with your fabric decoupage glue onto these fabrics. They would look brilliant. Okay, so moving on from there. Oh, Carol says she uses the fabric for journal covers and build it up with inking or waxes or whatever she uses. Fabulous. Yeah, definitely. Use it for book covers, journal covers, all of that sort of stuff. You could make little rolls, like little brush holder rolls, cutlery wraps, all that sort of thing. It's a wonderful soft fabric. It washes really well also as well, and you can iron it, of course. So we're going to go through and have a look at some more of our items that we do have on our show. We've got one here for you, which is your crepe paper and, of course, your fabric hardener. This is from Cadence. Now, inside here, you're actually going to get 6 packs of your crepe paper rolls, okay? In each pack, you've got 3 rolls. So you're going to get 6 cream, you're going to get 6 green, and you're also going to get 6 of the red. Now, we've put the fabric hardener inside with the crepe paper because one of the questions that we were asked is, can you use petal porcelain with crepe paper? And absolutely, yes, you can. I'm going to show you the results and how this works. In fact, if I grab one that's dried from over here, you'll see how solid it goes. So crepe paper is really soft. It's quite stretchy as well. We've introduced it here to Highlight Crafts for our flower making. So you can see how soft it is. Okay, look how soft this texture is. Now, when you've had that fabric hardener onto it, it is solid, okay? It's rigid, it keeps its form. So if you're shaping your petals and you're going to drape them over something to keep that wonderful natural pleat, the crepe paper is going to do that really well for you, okay? It self-hardens in around about half an hour to 40 minutes. Speed it with a hairdryer if you want to, but this gives you a brilliant result. So if you want your flowers to stand proud and quite literally not wilt, because obviously paper over time can absorb moisture, it can go softer. With crepe paper, of course, it is very soft and it's, very flamboyant, but with the fabric hardener on there, it makes it really rigid. It almost feels like it's a piece of plastic afterwards. So I'll talk more about that later and I'll show you the application of that one. But to go for all of this, to go for all of those crepe paper rolls, I mean, you can see how many you're getting there. And also a full 250ml bottle, of course, of your Cadence porcelain fabric hardener. It's shop Crepe at £19.99. £19.99 for all of that and this. You've got a saving there of just under £14. You're saving £13.94, which is a brilliant saving because essentially you're getting that like for free inside there. And this is a brilliant product. If I just show you what it looks like on an actual fabric, I've got here a lovely neutral piece of our cotton. Okay, this is printed. So you can see how soft it is, how it moves beautifully. When it's then painted with that hardener, look at that. It's almost got like a flex to it. It feels like plastic, okay? This side here is still really soft, like our fabric side, but the side we painted it onto has almost like a slight satin shimmer to it. So you can see I can keep it, the actual fabric, upright like that, okay? It will actually allow me to take weight. I can hold items like that on it, which is crazy. Whereas with this fabric, of course, it's not got anything on. I most certainly cannot keep that rigid. It's not going to hold a bottle of paint at all. It's soft. So you can see how strong this makes that plastic. It's unbelievable. I can even hold the massive 250ml on there. That's crazy. So it makes it incredibly durable and very, very rigid, okay? So it works really well for keeping the shape, not only in garments, but fabric objects around your home. It's also really fun to craft with because then you can die cut it afterwards, make your flowers, make embellishments from it, but of course with fabric, and it means that none of it frays. You can use it on Hessian, you can use it on lightweight fabrics like organza and satin, but also it works well on things like crepe paper. You can use it, of course, on rice paper to harden that as well. So if you've got rice paper flowers, they almost look a little bit like your Sospeso Transparente effect in there, but of course non-glossy. Loads of different things you can do with that one. Okay, I've got a few questions as well coming in, which is lovely. Great to have your company. Let's have a look. So Deborah says, David, does the Cadence do a white fabric paint, please? That's a great question, Deborah. They do. So far, we have only released, of course, the Cadence Dora Textiles. I think there was a pearl in that collection. I believe there was, which is, of course, your white, but it's a metallic. Now, we will be looking at bringing the matte colours as well, which are, of course, not your metallics, so we will be working into those as well. But if you did want to use a white paint on fabric, the Cadence Hybrid Acrylic is, of course, washable and permanent on fabric, okay? So you can use that. What I would suggest doing, if you want to paint fabric with Cadence Hybrid Acrylic, on your fabric surface, give it a little spritz of water, ever so slightly dampen the fabric. You don't want it wet, just slightly damp, okay? And when you're using your Cadence Hybrid Acrylic, either use a brush or a roller or a sponge, and you'll find that as you're applying it to the fabric, it will soak into the fibres a little easier, okay? The fabric will almost claw at the paint, soak it into the fibres, giving you a permanent finish. Of course, the Cadence Acrylic is water-based, so it's not going to split or separate or pull away from the surface. It will actually encourage it to bond even stronger. So, It is shop Crepe to go for your fabric hardener. But I hope that answers that, Deborah, for you. A little bit of a tip there on how to apply your paints. And of course, if you're wanting just a pure white, standard white hybrid acrylic from Cadence will do the job perfectly for you, okay? And we also do have another question from Carol as well. I use the printed fabric to cover a really boring tablet case. My new Samsung tablet looks great in its new case now, and it's unique. Fabulous, Carol. I love that. See, this is it. Upcycle and of course rejuvenate the things within your home and make them personal, bespoke, things you can't buy on the high street. You've made it yourself. You've put your own impression, your own designs onto that. And that's why I absolutely love things like our fabrics on here. We also do have for you as well a Fleurs die set at a great price for you today. This is Shop Day. It's £9.99. In here, you're actually going to get 23 dies, okay? And look at that. This is, of course, for foliage, for large petals. You can do so much with this. So even if you wanted to do your really big interior florals for things like your wall decorations, this would be great as well. So these are all day, everyday flowers and leaves. So what I would say is a staple within the Fleurs flower forming range, because with this one, it allows you to make quite literally every flower, from poppies, daisies, roses. You could go in to make petunias. You could do everyday bedding plant flowers with something like this. Get a lovely display of colour. And of course, if you've gone for your crepe paper bundle today, you've got everything in there to actually tie in with those 3 colours that you've already just purchased. 23 dies for £9.99 is an incredible value for money price, okay? That is bonkers. So also here for you, I do have another tool which I absolutely love. This is an instrument not only within flower making, I use this with my Cadence marbling. I've used it for so many other different designs and projects. It is your wire, okay? It's from Creative. Now in here you're going to get 20 pieces of your wire. It is of course 0.6mm gauge and it's 30 centimeters in length as well. Now with this wire it also actually has a paper wrapping around all of the wire. It's not a glossy plastic coating, it's a paper coating, which means that when you're making your crepe paper flowers, you can actually use just standard wet glue to glue the wire to them. It also goes really well with hot glue because it has a paper porous coating. It allows you to not only paint the wire if you wanted to, but stick it in place. That's the beauty of it. Of course, when you're using like a bookbinder or a wet PVA, if it's a plastic coated wire, it's just going to pop off. It literally, you could flick it and it'll ping away. With a paper coating, of course, it's going to soak into that paper and quite literally bond with the floral you've chosen to use. That is shop wire and it's only £4.99. Okay. Oh, got another question as well from Miss Lorna Crosby. Good morning, Lorna. Is there a right or wrong side to printing on the rice paper, please? No, there's not. You can print on either side of your Craftmaster rice paper. Of course, it's a printable substrate. Both sides of the texture, I mean, some papers, of course, feel the same on both sides, but there is a correct one. But don't worry, with rice paper, print on either side. The best way to print it is take some of your Cadence stencil spray, which we do have actually on our show today. Spray this onto a piece of cardstock or paper, and then once you've got that piece of cardstock or paper loaded up with stencil spray, lay your rice paper down on top of it and stick them both together, like massage the rice paper into the cardstock. And what that does is it allows the rice paper to feel a little bit stronger, a bit more rigid, stay upright, stops it being super curly or, you know, very soft. It'll feed through your inkjet or laser printer much easier. Now, of course, with a standard inkjet, usually it grabs it from the top and it'll feed it and print onto the top surface. So, of course, with that, it means it will not wrap around those rollers. It will feed out nicely. Let it dry for a couple of minutes and then just peel it away. You'll have no sticky residue on the rice paper, but you will have a piece of cardstock or copy paper that, of course, will remain tacky, basically as a carrier sheet for you to use time and time again. I hope that answers that one there for you as well. Okay, lots of you getting involved with loads of different things in here. Karen says, question, is the fabric glue waterproof? The fabric decoupage glue is waterproof indeed. This is your fabric hardener. So with your fabric hardener, you can use it, of course, on things like interiors. It's not machine washable though. Of course, if you were to put this through a washing machine, it would reactivate it. You could potentially seal it, but it's designed really for, of course, keeping things rigid as an embellishment purpose. But your fabric glue, your fabric decoupage glue, that is waterproof, absolutely. It's machine washable, that one. But for this, I would say is decorative use. So you could do a lovely fabric flower that's a brooch, that's an applique, or something that's attached onto the garment that you remove through washing. Hope that answers that for you. We also have a wonderful set here for you, which is Shop Shadow. Now, we had a question as well about using the eyeshadow paints. Can you use these for, of course, painting within craft, not just makeup? Absolutely you can do. So we've popped with this, your Cadence Extender. Now in here, it's Shop Shadow, it's $14.99. And in here we have got 2 eyeshadow palettes, okay? We have got your wonderful selection of colours that you're getting here. You're going to get 12 tones. Absolutely stunning variety. Now, of course, these are eyeshadow palettes. I've bought them. I don't wear eyeshadow, but I most definitely use it within crafting. You can blend, of course, onto the chenille sticks really easily. That's what Amanda purposely asked us to get these in for. So it blends perfectly on the chenille sticks for, of course, like your pipe cleaner flowers. And you've also inside here as well got your metallics and mattes. So you can see how shimmery these are. I mean, they're absolutely stunning. You can see a little bit of glitter that I've got on me just there. That little sparkle and shine, it is stunning. But of course, a little bit of a dip with your extender on a stencil brush into your palette means you can dust this onto cardstock, onto maybe your ceramics, other surfaces, and then seal them in. Now you're going to get 2 eyeshadow palettes there and your extender. The whole bundle for you is £14.99. You've got a saving there of £10.98 as well. That is a great shout for what is a very, very cost-effective product. I mean, I'm looking at this on purely a craft basis. If you wanted to, you could be purchasing these and using them as eyeshadow palettes. Maybe one of them is going to be for your granddaughter, or maybe both for yourself. You're thinking, why am I not giving them away? But of course, you've got the option there to do so, or great as gifts. And you're essentially getting an extender in there for a bonus as well. So Shop Shadow, $14.99 for the pair of those, which is brilliant. Got any more questions coming in? Let's have a little look for you. Loads of you getting involved today. It's great to have your company. And as well, lots of you looking forward to the show later on as well. Good morning, Lynn. I hope you're well. So we also have for you Shop Blend. Okay, I'm going to share this bundle with you because this launched at the weekend. This was really busy. In here, for Shop Blend, it's £39.99, but you've got a saving of £19.23. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these blending brushes. Now, these are really, really soft brushes, okay? So the tips of those, they are literally the softest, most gentle brush, which give you a fabulous blend, okay, for your inks. And of course, also inside here, you're going to get a pack of 3 of your finer tipped blending brushes, okay. So these ones you hold more of an upright, great for stenciling, great for that eyeshadow palette, okay. And then you're also going to get your blending tool here with your hook and loop on, with 2 little pads in there, and then you're also going to get all of these. Oh my goodness, there's tons inside there. You're going to get all of these attachable tips for all of your different coloured inks, different coloured blending materials, for your eyeshadow palette, for of course your pastels. You're going to get all those, the tool, the 3 tools and 5 of your blending handle tools. $39.99 Shop Blend for that one. That's an incredible price. I mean, when you go to your craft fairs and stuff, you see these for like $2, $3.99 individually. When you're getting that entire kit, including everything, for $39.99, that's a great deal for you today. Please don't miss out on that one. And also, you're getting the pump spray. Now, I used this for my acrylic pouring yesterday when I was pushing the paint in different directions. You may have seen during that demo and thinking, where's that tool from and how do I get that? Well, it's included in this bundle. Of course, you can push your mica mists with this. So maybe you're going to do a spritz on the surface and control it by pushing the ink around and moving it. You've got the option to do all of that with this fabulous, nifty little tool. Shop Blend at £39.99. Okay, we're getting to something really exciting now. We've got your fabulous 12x12 stencils. I'm going to share this one here with you first. This here is Shop Medal. It's £29.99. You're getting 4 12x12 stencils in here. 4 12x12 stencils. These are brilliant. So we wanted to put some stencils on the show because, of course, you've got your eyeshadow, your palettes, your Cadence. Maybe you're going to stencil onto your fabric. But for 12x12 designs, you can pay in excess of £15 for a single 12x12 stencil. So you're getting a great deal here. They've all got that hole punched into the corner, which means you can attach them all together for storage. But these are for tote bags. These are for big decorative plates. Think about home interiors. Think about tabletops, T-shirts, designs. I even took one of them and did it onto the bottom edge of my apron when I was testing some of our paints. You can see it there just on the bottom of my apron. They look absolutely wonderful. Even if you don't want to use the whole stencil in the design, you've got the ability to just use portions of them or little sections, okay? But of course, if you're at home and you like to stencil, get your questions in. Let me know if you want any stenciling advice. Is there something that you've not stenciled on before and you want to know how? This is the Craft Clinic. This is, of course, a show where we sort of take a moment to really sort of have a chat, talk to you about all of the techniques, all of the questions that you may have at home. We want to hear from you, okay? Get those questions in. Even if it's something to do with the scan and cut, if I can't answer it, Mel will get that question answered for you. If it's something regarding Stephanie's decorative painting, we'll get the question asked. If it's something regarding anything else, I will try my best to answer it for you. But most definitely, anything cadence related, this is your opportunity to also do so whilst you've got us, okay? But of course, anything you think of after the show, just email us, or if you're part of the clubs or groups, post those in the pages. We also have for you another set of your stencils as well. I'm going to briefly just share this one with you. This is your Shop Magic. Now this here is your massive 12 by 12 medallion mandala stencils, okay? So this is Shop Magic, £29.99. You've got incredible design on here. Now, these are symmetrical, so you don't have to use half if you want, maybe just half of a book cover, half the page of a journal. Great for inking into the background. We've got an airbrush gun launching tomorrow, which I'm so excited about. You could be blending and spritzing and spraying through these stencils with your air gun as well, which would look amazing. These are a great shout. £29.99, of course. Do take into consideration your club discount as well when you're checking out with items like this in your basket. Sorry, do excuse me. Okay, so before we do go any further, I'm just going to share with you how to shop here at Highlight Crafts Live Shopping. I love to see, of course, in the comments when people ask, how do you shop? Because, of course, that means you're new to us. You've not been here before, which is great. So you might be thinking, how do I get involved? What's this all about? And everyone seems to be having a great deal of fun. How do I get included? Well, super simple, really easy. Streaming live on Facebook and Instagram right now. All of the codes that I'm sharing with you, you just need to type them into the comments. So, of course, to get hold of those stencils that we just looked at, the code to type in was Shop Magic. So you type the word shop and then the word magic in afterwards, okay? And automatically that adds it to your basket. Same for Instagram, same for Facebook. It's the exact same space where you type your comment saying hello. Now, of course, when you've then done that, you then can go straight to your direct messages and you'll have received one from us at Highlight Crafts. It will be sat there in your inbox and it will let you know that you've reserved some products in your basket. Now, there will also be a link, and all you need to do is click on that link. It'll take you straight over to the Highlight Crafts website, and then when you get there, you can check out your order, okay? Now, within your order, just make sure to log into your Highlight Crafts account. You'll see all the items in there, but when you log into your account and check out, the price will come down because it'll take your discount off, and if your price is over £35, it will then give you free postage when you're logged in. So just make sure to log into your account, everybody. Do sometimes have a few of you messaging saying, I didn't get my discount or my free postage, and then we double checked and realised you weren't logged in, so please make sure to do so. It's going to get you the best price. Also, you can shop on our website, the exact same. You'll see all the products down the side of the screen. You'll also see a little basket icon in the top corner. You can click on that one as the show rounds up, and then of course it'll take you to your basket. And also you can watch us on YouTube as well. But your shoppable platforms are social media and of course our website. Okay, we've got some more questions coming through as well, which is great. Let's have a little look. Oh, Amber starred them all for me so I can see them. Good morning, Daphne. Daphne says, morning, Guru David. Oh, thank you very much, Daphne. If you have the time, can you briefly state all the mediums that can be used on stencils? Thank you. Wow. Okay, well, with the stencils that we share with you here at Highlight Crafts, in terms of cadence, you can use your Dora hybrids, your standard metallics, your Dora hybrid metallics, your cadence hybrid acrylics. You could use your premium acrylics. You could use, of course, your extender with your pastels. You could also be using inside there your Dora textile paints. You could be using your Dora glass paints. You could also be using your ceramic and glass paints from Cadence as well. You could be using your handy lacquered paints from Cadence. Also with some mediums, of course, they apply thicker and runnier, so maybe a handy lacquered, you want to blend with it, maybe not use a palette knife. You could also use all your pastes, so things like gessos. You could be using in there your Capella pastes. You could be using your structure paste in there. We share restructure paste, glitter paste. Anything that you can pick up with a paintbrush, you can put it through a stencil. Now, of course, drying times all do vary. The one thing that you will probably sometimes find is that stencils can have a little bit of a mark left behind from when you're using the hybrid paints from Cadence, because they love to grab to every surface really well. What I would always suggest doing when working with a hybrid paint from Cadence, when you finish that project, soak it in some warm hot soapy water with a dishwasher tablet, leave it to soak for about half an hour, and then the paint should just crumble away for you because it hasn't had time to cure, but it has sat on there. Now, some of my stencils, you'll see me using them during the show, and they will look alright at dog's dinner. The stencils look like they've got so much on them, but they just look well loved. I don't clean all of mine, and I don't promise that I do, but some stencils that are super delicate, I try to keep on top of cleaning, because if there's more paint build-up on there, you begin to lose a bit of detail. So if it's a very open stencil, like these, I've got some really fine, that one's got lots of open areas, but this one here has lots of really fine areas. Now, if I didn't clean that throughout regular use, eventually that paint build-up is going to block some of these little teeny tiny holes, and my stencil image isn't going to be as strong. But of course, anything Cadence that we've shared with you, other than things like your marbling paints, I would say are ideal for your stencils. If I think of anything that isn't, I will let you know. But almost everything, because that's what we try to do. We always try to introduce products that you're going to use with them. I hope that answers that for you. Lorraine says, would you be able to scan them into your scan and cut and make them smaller? With your stencils, I'm guessing. I mean, if you were to, I guess if you were to stencil through those with like a black paint and then scan them in, it may find them for you. But I would give it a go. But I don't see why it wouldn't work, because of course it will capture the solid outer edge line. And then of course you could manipulate it in different ways. There is a lot to capture on there though, so I'm sure the scan and cut would do a fine job of that, but don't see why not. These stencils, though, are not SVG files. They are only physical stencils. We will not be showing them, of course, as SVGs because of what we have sourced externally for you, okay? I hope that makes sense. Wendy's got in touch as well. Good morning, Wendy. I bought the Cadence door of fabric paint. Will you be doing another show with paints or the Cadence Cup class? I want to learn how to use it. Wendy, absolutely. Also, as well, you're a member of the Cadence Club. So the third class within this current season. We're on season 1 at the minute. Within this series, of course. I'll be doing the fabric paints in that club for you, okay? So the third and final class of your first 3 months will feature fabric, so I will definitely be using those, and you'll have that education to go back from time to time. Again, also the Door of Textile Paints will be coming back in stock, and we will be doing more shows with them, so you'll see a lot more of those in the future. Hope that answers that for you. Sorry, do excuse me, what's going on today? That shifty cough is not shifting. Stephanie says, I used metallic paint yesterday to stencil onto a bamboo tray. First time I had stenciled on a tray, I was very pleased with the results. Stephanie, I've seen it. It looks great. That black tray with the wonderful silver design on the surface. It looks amazing. I love it. You've come so far with all of your crafting. Your crackle journey has been amazing as well, to seeing how you've gone from strength to strength with it. It's been wonderful to see as well, because I know at some point you were really ready to give up and you weren't quite happy with the results. And I could totally understand that. And then now you're on top of it all. It's brilliant. So perseverance is all about, of course, when you're working with Cadence, well, it's so easy. And sometimes it's fine to put something down and go, okay, I'm going to come back to it at another point. I've done that so many times where I'm thinking, right, park that, come back, and then you get the results that you want. So congratulations on all of your projects that you're doing at the moment. They look great. Wendy says, thank you. You're very welcome, Wendy. Don't worry at all. Any questions at all, please keep them coming. So as well, with those stencils, we do also have the Shop Cherry on the show, which are your cherry blossom stencils. These are wonderful. I'm just going to briefly share these ones with you. They're just $24.99. And with these, you have got the wonderful cherry blossoms. I'm just going to grab this black card. So on here, you have got 4 A4 stencils, okay? So these 4 A4 designs, you have got wonderful cherry blossoms. Look at that. So again, you've got borders, you've got patterns, full seamless design, where of course you can match this and of course accentuate it, great for a wall decoration. All of those, $24.99 at Shop Cherry. So that's your 4 A4 designs. Okay, I love these. These are great with fabric paints too, or that Cadence heat transfer medium, which we are getting back in for you as well. I'm also just going to share with you as well this, which is a fabulous pack. Now you might be thinking, what's in here? There's 100 sheets in here of toner foil, okay, to be used, of course, with your tattered lace foiling machine. Now this is a massive pack for you, and this here is Shopcraft. It's $34.99. You're getting 100 sheets. I'm not going to open this one because once I've opened it, I know that I'm not going to get them all back in. There is so much in here. In fact, let me grab mine and show you as a brief example just some of the ones that you will be getting. You've got your fuchsias inside here, emerald greens, silvers, golds, and this is brilliant. It's so cost effective considering you're getting 100 sheets. So in there you've got fuchsia, you've got like a petroleum, you've got in there silvers, you've got in there the wonderful blues, you've got greens, you've got faded pinks, coppers, you've got all wonderful iridescence, like an interference colour as well, rainbow, sapphires, you've got different textures as well, so you can see you've almost got like a fabulous dazzle background on there. You've got coppers, look at that jade green colour, you've got almost a softer gold, fuchsias, glittery ones as well. Look at these, some of these I've used already, of course, but you can see the designs are exquisite, okay? And look at that one. I mean, oh my goodness, that is amazing. You've got reds, purples, greens, blues, oranges, everything you could wish for inside this kit. I'm going to do a bit of foiling for you in a few moments' time. But if you want to get hold of those 100 sheets, it is Shopcraft. It's $34.99. Look at it there. Isn't that just wonderful? The results from these are absolutely stunning. So, shall I have a look and do some little bits of demoing for you? I can show you how all these bits and bobs work that I've been talking about. So, I'll pop my iPad just there, so of course please keep your questions and comments coming through. I'll try and keep on top of those the best I can for you as well. Oh, we've had another one as well for you that's come through. Bridget Shepherd, good morning. Bridget says, will you be showing us how to use the Venetian marble paint in the future with the Cadence group? Even though I have bought it from you, I have never seen it demonstrated. Okay, I will note that one down. The Venetian Touch, I think we may still have it in stock. I'll put that forward for us to be able to do a video on that. Now, the Venetian Touch, I'm trying to think of when you might have purchased it if it's not been demonstrated. I'm not quite sure what show it will have been on. I don't know if it was one that I did. If you can remember, let me know, because if it was that show, we might be able to get you a little bit of footage that was used when it was demoed for you initially, just as to get you going. The thing is with that, what it is, it's a surface design. You lay it down in multiple layers. So, depending on the colours that you've got, it comes in the blues and greens, is you use a spatula or a trowel to scrape it on and you keep working with it. You keep working in with a palette knife, a really big one like a wallpaper scraper. And as you're working with it, it polishes up, okay? Then you get other colour tones into it and it makes faux marble, okay? So when it's finished, it will look like a glass surface, it's polished. You can use a buffing tool for it as well, but you keep scraping into it. The process from start to finish is a couple of hours, but once you've laid down your first layer, keep burnishing that down. So you're almost scraping off all of the paint. Great for like MDF tiles, porcelain tiles, that sort of thing, but it is a very, people do it on like chimney breasts and stuff like that. It is a faux marbling product and it's brilliant, okay? We'll get some information to you on that one, Bridget, but thank you for asking it. That's definitely set that in my mind. Also a little update for you as well, those craft foil sheets, Shopcraft, 25% of those are now in allocation. Do you want to see them in action? And you can see them being used because I think it'd be really important too. So what I've got here, of course, I've got some toner sheets because this here is to be used with, of course, your toner sheets, whether it's printed or you've got your tattered lace toner ones. Right. So it is different from the foil that we use with my Craftmaster pen. This one is designed, of course, only to work with that activation of the toner. So I'm going to get out, I may as well use this pink because I've got some here ready to go. And let's cut out a design. Now, in here you can see I've got a few samples that I made using different ones. And look at that for your mats and layers. It just makes it instantly pop. You get a wonderful result. So I'm going to grab a few more so you can see them because I absolutely love working with toner foil. It's brilliant. So if you've got a laser printer at home and you print your own sentiments and designs, you can be doing this. Or of course, if you've shopped ahead already on the website and got hold of the tattered lace toner packs or the Craftmaster one, you can of course be doing results like this, which is just brilliant. Let's have a go then. So I'm going to take one of my packs out just here, and then I'm going to take my scissors and cut out the design that I want to use. So let's take this smaller one just in this corner. In fact, no, let's go for the big one. Why not? Let's use it. Okay. And what I love about toner foil is, of course, the negative, so the area that's left over that you think would be waste, you can use it, of course, on a piece of actual printed toner and pick up all the rest of it. So I'm going to take my hot foil, and you want to make sure that your foil is facing with the colour up, okay? So the backing is always touching onto the actual tonered area, but the colour you've chosen you'll see always on the surface, which is a great point because you always remember which colour you've popped in, and you know then it's always the right way up. If you put a piece of toner sheet through your, of course, foiling machine, and any of that toner like that is exposed, it will transfer to the side of your pouch. Once this has heat to it, it activates it and it will adhere to the whatever surface it's touching, okay? So you want to make sure that the foil is covering the entire design. We're going to feed that through. okay, into this pouch. Now this isn't a laminating pouch, it is the pouch that comes with your machine. It's heat resistant, but it also means as well that it doesn't stick together. Now once you've popped it in here, you want to smooth it out so you've not got any creases or any air bubbles, because any air bubbles, of course, will separate that from the toner. Once your machines become nice and hot, it takes around about 5 minutes to fully heat up, and it'll let you know as well, because it'll have a green light flashing on it. Don't worry, you can find these on the website. You can still get hold of them if you've not already got one. That's going to feed that through for us, okay? It takes about a minute to fully pass through. So just as that's doing, I'm going to grab the tablet, just have a look and see if we've got any questions. Let's have a look. So let's see. Oh, everyone's talking amongst themselves as well with questions. Oh, Daphne Rogers says, do you gesso or paint the bamboo tray before you stencil onto them? Stephanie's got back to you on that as well. And no, you don't have to. If you're using a hybrid or a metallic, you can go straight on. It's entirely up to you. I would only ever suggest gessoing a surface if it's non-stick, so in terms of paint won't really like it, or of course it's the wrong colour. So if you've got a dark piece of furniture and you want to make it nice and bright using a light coloured paint, gesso it white first. It means you're going to use less of your paint and using the gesso, of course, to cancel out those dark tones first. It'll also give you a nice key so the paint will have a good adhesion. Now, on the back of this machine, there is a little release button. So I'm just going to push that and feed that sheet out, okay? So it's fed it out for us. Be nice and hot, so you just want to be careful. But on a surface like your craft desk, it will absorb heat very fast. I'm just going to use my scissors guard here just to burnish down any additional areas for us as the heat comes out. Open that up, and then we are left with a beautifully foiled sentiment. Now you've got all of this here left over, okay, all of this, and you might be thinking, well, what a waste. Well, don't waste any of it. You can then, of course, use your toner sheets. Now I've got some toner sheets. These are from Tattered Lace. Of course, you can still get hold of different sized ones. I'm going to run this through. But in fact, actually, let's do my smaller one, because I do have another one in here. There we are. Let's use my smaller one just because it'll pass through a bit quicker for us. Trim off a little bit of the bottom section. Let's see if I can have a look. I'm going to pop it just there. I'm going to trim down our toner sheet. There we go. I'm just going to trim in a little bit so it's smaller than the foil, because I don't want any toner overhanging that edge. So pop that toner sheet to one side, lay it down inside our foiling pouch, and take that. Remember, all of these craft foil sheets, it is shop craft, and it is just $34.99 for all of those fabulous 100 sheets of foil. It's a cracking deal for all of that. So I'm now going to fold this down like that, holding it in place, making sure to cover all of that toner sheet. Try and get it as flat and flush as possibly can do, with no air bubbles in there or any creases. And we're going to feed that through now into here. Okay, I hope that's a toner sheet. I've got not a piece of black card. I'm pretty sure it is. We'll soon find out. But of course, when you've got toner sheet, what happens is it heats up, and of course that foil is specific for the sheets themselves, so it will instantly fuse to it. If you were to put through your Craftmaster foils, which are, I've got some down here, so like your other foils that we've had out previously, just to show you the difference, these, which are your Glow and Intense, and of course your Craftmasters, they are just standard heat activated. So if you were to put these through any piece of card through there, they're going to adhere to toner or just paper, okay? It doesn't matter what surface it is, because they will activate with just heat. These particular foils I've got feeding through at the moment will activate purely with toner, okay? So there is a difference, okay? The Craftmaster ones have a heat activated glue on the back, which means they'll stick to basically anything that's hot. Also as well, they will go on to other glues, so things like a foiling glue they will work with, or of course a tape, but these are toner. So again, smooth it down nicely for us, make sure it's all adhered there in place. Take this out, and then what we do is peel off, and look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And of course you could then die cut this, you could then use your guillotines on it. You've got an incredible result. Now this transfers exquisitely. I mean, it is very, very professional, this foil. You get a flawless finish. Look at the surface of that now. So definitely use this with your laser printers and of course your toner sheets. You can purchase them of course from the website. Head straight on over there when you go to check out your baskets. But don't miss out on this. You're going to get 100 sheets of that foil, 100 sheets inside this wallet for you here, which is ample. I mean, cut it in half, you've instantly got 200 of your A5s. You know, you've got loads to play with in there. 100 sheets to craft with. Talking of foils, I'm just going to quickly share with you this bundle that we have on the show. And this here is, of course, your Craftmaster foil pen. So this is, I can't believe the time, it's 1:45 already, oh my goodness. So this is your Craftmaster foil pen, but guess what? The deal that we've got for you is amazing. I'm going to get my piece of card because you've actually got stencils inside here as well. So, for today, you're paying just £49.99 and you're saving £49.97. Now, in this bundle, you're going to get your Craftmaster foil pen. That comes with a silver and a gold foil. It comes with the stand and, of course, your 2 nibs. Okay, you've got your fine nib and your bold nib in here, okay, and it comes with a carry case. You're also, in this bundle, going to get a pack of your 2 larger wide nibs, okay, so for more surface coverage. You're then also going to get a pack of your classical Craftmaster foils. You've got in there this wonderful soft copper, polished gold, rose gold, silver, and almost like a chocolate colour as well. These on their own are over, I think, £20, so you've got a cracking deal here. And then you're also going to get this included. Look at this, everybody. So, you're going to get 1, 2. This is where I start putting these stencils out and hopefully in the right order again. You've then got, no, that way, 3, 4. And these are all new. These are new stencils, by the way. Never had these on one of my shows before. There we go. 6. Every single one's going to be the wrong way. 7, 8. Look at this. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stencils to go with your Craftmaster foil pen, your Craftmaster foils, and your wide nibs. That is shop foil. It's £49.99. Now, that is a great price for those stencils alone. You're saving £49.97 on this deal. It is unbelievable. Foils themselves, I'm pretty sure they were around about £20, £25 for a pack of that. Already, with your foil pen, you've got a great deal. But you've got all of this included. You've got those extra wide nibs as well. You've got the foils, and then you've got 10 alphabetical stencils. Now have a look at these stencils. You've got digital. In here you've got fabulous children's play-like with the little building blocks. You've got also a very contemporary, very stylish font as well. Something a bit more wavy and whimsical. Another one that's great for the kids as well. Your bubble writing with a bit of texture on top. This would look great in just block colours with white highlight, and of course it would look like it's got paint on it. You've got a very nice fancy one. Something as well, it's a very relaxed and playful design. This one I think is great. This reminds me of some sort of record covers that we've got at home. Love that style, very 70s. You've also got this like tree of life as well with all of the letters and alphabets on there. You also as well have this one here as well, which is a bit like joined up bubble. And again, we round off with that digital one just there. All of those for you. Shop foil, £49.99. Your foil pen is a fabulous piece of kit. It is a great tool. I love this bit. If we've got time, I will show you that. But I'm going to show you as well that petal porcelain that we mentioned earlier, because there's just so much to cover during this show. Of course, this is your craft clinic. So it's a space for you to get in all of your questions, get them in, and we'll get them answered for you, okay? I'm just going to quickly clean up my area, see if we've got any more questions coming through for you. Let's have a little look. Let's see. Ooh, Stephanie says, I used one of these pens at Highlight Press Festival. I was surprised at how easy it was to use. The foil pens are so easy to work with. They're brilliant. Really adaptable for anybody. If you can hold a pen, you can use a foil pen, okay? It is so simple to work with. So, we're going to have a look at this Cadence porcelain glue. Now, the porcelain fabric hardener is an incredible tool. So what I'm going to do is with my fabric that we've got right here, I'm literally going to just cut a section, okay? A small section from this. And I'm going to show you the application and of course the result. So I've got a strip here of it. I'm going to take this and it's going to go straight onto the fabric. Now of course you could, if this is the top surface and this is the one you want to be displayed, of course you would put it on the other side because it will still be a soft, same feel. But I'm going to put it onto this side because it's coloured and you'll see it a little bit easier on camera as well. So I'm going to dispense this out onto the surface, okay, so onto my fabric, there we go. So put a nice generous amount onto the surface. You don't want to be scarce with this, you want to make sure it goes into all of those pores and fibres of the fabric surface, there we go. And look how I'm spreading it back and forth with a brush. I'm really pushing it down into the fabric itself, okay? So it's going to bond with the surface. Right into there. It's not necessarily going to soak through either, okay? It's not going to saturate it. You want to make sure it's got full coverage. So all the way around, like this, there we go. And I'm just dragging it through. You might want a little bit more. Now you can of course die cut your fabric first before you do this, so you've got all the petal shapes, or you can die cut it afterwards if you want them to be rigid whilst they're cut. It's entirely up to you. It's great as well if you've got certain elements that fray. So for example, if you've done some placemats out of fabric but the edges were still open and you've not got a sewing machine, just go around and coat just the edges with a bit of this and it will lock it all in and stop any of it opening or fraying off, okay? So remember, this fabric hardener will come with your crepe paper. So that's it on our fabric there. And then of course, we're going to set that now to dry. Leave it to do its own thing. I've also got some of that crepe paper here with me as well. And all I'm going to do is fold it in half, okay, like this. Trim a little corner of that off just there. You can of course stretch this. So I'm just going to stretch it open just a little bit. There we are. Fold that in half again and fold it in half once more. I'm just going to make some quick petals from this crepe paper. It's so easy to craft with, I love it to bits. So I'm going to use my scissors and just focus going around there. There we are. And I'm just going to cut out, probably get us about 4 petals of course out of here because I folded it twice and then once again. There we are. And then I'm just going to trim off that bottom section. So now I've got these petals. All right, and what we do with this is I'm going to take a little bit of blue roll and I've screwed it up into a tight ball, okay, like that. So you could use a polystyrene ball for this or anything at all, but this is a really cheap, inexpensive way of doing it. Take your petal porcelain onto the crepe paper, and you will notice as well when you're working with this, because crepe paper, the colour does bleed from it very easily, you will get a bit of colour coming out. Don't worry, it won't affect the overall result. We're going to start to stroke this onto, of course, our crepe paper surface, and you'll notice how it will expand. It'll constrict as well a little bit easier. So I'm coating this fully, and you might be thinking, oh well, I liked the red colour, I don't want it white. It will dry fully transparent, I promise you that. So fully transparent, and we're going to go all the way around, all over, just on here. And then what I do is, now that it's like this, look at how the consistency and the characteristics of that have completely changed. I'm going to gather it here and just droop it just over that bit of kitchen towel like that, okay? That is how that's going to stay, and that's how that's going to dry. Because we go from, of course, our crepe paper petal to this state where it's drooped over here so it's shaped. You could get an egg box as well. In an egg box, push them all into all of the indentations of an egg box. You could do more in one go. And then, when they are dry, they're like this. So you've gone from that to this. They're solid, okay? Literally, they're going to keep that shape now, which means when you've got quite a few of them, you can do all your shaping. So on this side, I could have them up like this, all in the centre, to make a lovely big poppy with it. You can see how hard they are. They all feel a bit crispy, don't they? And that keeps it all nice and rigid, like that. It is a brilliant product, but look at how glossy the other side is. You could do it both sides as well, but it keeps it super, super rigid. So completely different appearance with, of course, your crepe paper. Now that fabric that we just glazed, of course, with that fabric hardener is still soft, but then as soon as it's dry, you will get this. So of course you've got actually a flex to it. You can see how that fabric is quite literally standing up on end. It is defying gravity. So you've got, of course, your fabric with that porcelain hardener on there. It's so easy to use, but it's also so effective. I can't believe the time has escaped us. We really should do this for 2 hours because there's so much to cover. I've still got about 4 more demos I wanted to get through as well. But I really love the fact that you did get involved asking in all of your questions during this show. Anything else? Just want to double check as well. Oh, Wendy says, question David, is there an easy way to attach a stencil to a glass jar or paint on etch cream, please? Absolutely. You want to make sure that, of course, the glass jar itself, if it's rounded, make sure it's fully clean. And if you're going on with a stencil, ideally you want to use a stencil that has something, that doesn't have something in it called fingers, okay? Areas that can lift up slightly. So a stencil like this would be great because those lines will continue to wrap round. But if you've got a stencil that has open areas like that, it can lift up slightly. So something that's got connection points either side, Also, as you've wrapped it round, also just hold it in place with a bit of washi tape. That's going to give you a better result, but make sure to use plenty of stencil spray and you should be good to go with that one. But always tack it into place with a bit of tape as well. It will help you along the way. But I hope that helps you there as well. There's a few more questions coming through us here, so I will go actually into the comments after the next show and answer a few of those for you as well, or make sure they're all answered. So you've got answers that you need. Anything else, pop it in the club or give us a ring or email us at help@highlightcrafts.com. Please get them in as well, because we will be doing this again with loads of different product to answer all sorts of different questions. But thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to check out your baskets. The winner is
Jane Lindsay.
Jane Lindsay. So let's see what you've won, Jane. You have won number 2, 150 points, Jane. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I will see you very soon. Bye.